What's up, you guys? It's TinaSears here, and I'm back. I know it's been a while. I have been so freaking busy. You have no idea. But anyway, you never expect a client horror story to be one of your friends, especially a good friend. And that is unfortunately what I'm here to tell you guys about today. It is just a horrible experience that I've had to go through, and it's really taken a toll on me. The stress from all of it, because I have lupus, and stress and anxiety, not sleeping as well, like that all contributes to a lupus flare-up, and it's really caused like an intense flare-up lately. It's just been taking a toll on me physically and mentally, and I'm sure my fiance is tired of hearing about it. So I figured, what better way to have like a little therapy sesh than to share this messed up story with you guys and get it off my chest a little bit, because it's been really upsetting me. It wouldn't be as upsetting if it was like a stranger, but the fact that this person was supposed to be my friend, she's not my friend anymore, because I doubt she was to even begin with, because it's just, what she did to me was so beyond messed up. It is unbelievable. So let's get right into that story. So, I've been in cosmetology school for about almost 3 months now, but previous to cosmetology school, I have always been interested in hair, color, like cutting, beauty, everything, nails, all of that stuff. That has always been a passion of mine. And I work at a desk job. I make pretty good money, but I don't want to spend my entire life working for somebody else to make somebody else money. I want to be my own boss, and I'm a very artistic, creative person. So this is something I've always wanted to do. So I was like, why not just take that leap of faith, put in the hard work now, and build a future for myself, because I don't want to be at a desk job forever, and that's just not what I see myself doing for the rest of my life. So I'm in cosmetology school, and I'm doing really good in there. My passion is color within the cosmetology field. Like, we do study everything, but my passion is color. So when I heard that the color contest was coming up, and there's different categories. There's like the stylist category, which is for licensed professionals. I'm not licensed yet. I'm still in school. So there's that category where a bunch of people enter. And then there's a smaller category for just students. And I was told by a rep that only about 25 people have entered so far. So I thought, wow, I really have a good chance. If I put my all into it, I work really hard, and I make something extremely beautiful. So the first thing I did was put a post on Facebook asking if somebody wanted to be my model. Within this post, this is very important because it comes into play later. Within this post, I said, you will get your hair done completely for free as long as I get to do whatever I want to your hair, and I will let you know what my inspiration is before that, so you can either accept it or say this isn't for me. Because I didn't want anybody picking something just because it's like, whoa, free hair, and then getting something that they hate. So I made sure to specify that you would have to let me do whatever you want to your hair. It has to be party colors, because nobody's going to enter a contest with your basic brown or blonde hair. So it's going to be like the vibrant colors, like red, blue, green, purple. Not all of those, but I'm just telling you what party colors means. So it's got to be party colors, and it has to be bleached. If you have dark hair, if you start off as blonde, I wouldn't need to bleach it. But if you have darker hair, I will need to bleach it to get to the level I need it to be. Level is like darkness. 10 is the highest blonde, and then level 1 is the darkest black. So when I'm talking levels, if you're towards the higher end, that means you have lighter hair. So if you start off at a darker level, I will need to bleach it to get it higher, which is exactly what I wrote in the post. And I said, your hair will be free as long as I get pictures for this contest, because this contest is what I'm doing the hair for. That was the post. I can figure out how to insert a picture, and I will insert exactly what I posted so that you guys know. Well, you know, people from your past always crawl out of the woodwork when you enter free stuff or, you know, offer something for free. And this girl that I worked with about 4 years ago, I worked with her for 3 years. It was me and her in a classroom as preschool teacher. And we worked with a bunch of 3-year-olds. And yeah, it was just me and her in a classroom with 3-year-olds all day. And we would also hang out after work, and we would hang out on the weekends. So we were spending close to like 60 hours a week together. Every single week for almost 3 years. So I considered her a really, really good friend back in the day. And when me and my fiance got together, we moved away to a different town. It was only about 20 minutes away. So if she wanted to stay in contact, she could have, but she pretty much just stopped asking about me. And when I was pregnant with my child, I did invite her to my baby shower, and she blew me off. She acted like she wanted to go. She acted like she was excited, and I said, are you sure? Because for 30 people, it costed my mother almost $1,000, because this was like a really, really nice, classy place. It was a nice event. I'm sorry, there's a mosquito. So it was a really nice place. So for 30 people, it's almost $1,000. And we pretty much invited Jeremy's family and my family. And I only had 3 friends that I was bringing because all the rest of the spots were filled up. And I brought my 2 other good friends, and then I also invited her. And she just blew me off. She acted like she was coming, and then the day of, she didn't text me, she didn't let me know she wasn't coming. We held off for about a half an hour to start doing like the baby shower things, and she just didn't show up and didn't let me know, and didn't even talk to me after the fact. Like a week or 2 later, I told her, like, why didn't you come? Why didn't you say anything? And she said, oh, I threw my back out. But it's like, that's a really shitty excuse. Like, your hands don't work. It's just, that's whatever. But that was the last time I spoke to her. I really didn't talk to her since then. And within, like, we're friends on Facebook still. She's never met my child. My child's almost 2 now. And she just doesn't ask me how I'm doing or anything. So I was like, okay, whatever. And so yeah, she, within 5 minutes of me posting that, she commented on it. She was like, oh, you can do whatever you want to my hair. I'll be the model. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to have to be able to bleach your hair, because her hair was a level 3 or 4. Or no, it was probably like a level 3, maybe a level 2. It was very, very dark. It was about as dark as the underneath of my hair. But it was also like a slight reddish color. But yeah, so it was really dark. So I told her, like, I'm going to have to bleach your hair. This is going to take multiple sessions. And you have to let me be able to put party colors. I'm going to send you the inspiration that I have. It's not going to be exactly that color because I'm not copying. This is going to be original, but I let her know what I was planning. She said, it's fine. It's great. I'm out of work. I've been out of work for almost a year, and I don't have to work. I don't have anything to do. It's not going to be a problem. So I was like, okay, I'll send you the inspiration. So I send her my inspiration photos. I had a few different pictures because, like I said, I wasn't copying one. I wasn't even copying things from different one. But what I was planning on doing was by the roots. It was going to be a deep, probably like close to this color, but black cherry. And it was going to go probably that far down, and then it was going to fade into like a lighter maroonish color, and then fade into like a dusty pinkish purpley color at the ends. And then within that, I was going to have this thing called a traveling rainbow, and I will find pictures of it to put in there, but it's hard to explain it, but it's where you see like bits and pieces of like rainbow peeking through the hair. So it was going to look amazing. Like my vision, it was going to look absolutely amazing. So she said, that looks great. That sounds awesome. I'm pumped. I'm excited. So I was like, okay, why don't you come in next Monday? Because I'm at school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I told her, why don't you come in Monday? We can start the process. I can start bleaching you. I'm not going to bleach the whole thing because I didn't need her roots, that whole top area, to be bleached. But I was going to kind of ombre the rest of it. This way the ends were the lightest and it faded up. The mids were like a little bit darker, and then the roots would be just dark. So, yeah, so I was going to kind of ombre it. So she comes in on Monday. It's no problem. While she was at my school, she was acting very inappropriate. She was rude to my school friends. She, like my school friend, Olivia, asked her, like, oh, what made you want to do this? And she goes, I don't know, free hair. And it's like, that should have been an indication right there that she did not give one single F about my contest or all the hard work I was about to put into it. But I figured, like, okay, it's free hair. Obviously, she's happy about that. And I just continued on. So I ombre'd the entire thing, but I did it in foils to help it lift a little bit better. So I did foil the entire thing, but I didn't do it all the way up to the root. I like feathered it up. This way it would blend really nicely. So I did foil the entire thing, but not all the way up to the roots. I blended it really nicely. So after I did that, that took a long time because it's not like I'm getting help while I'm at school. This is solely my project, so I have to do the entire thing. And since I am like just starting within the first couple months, like, yes, I have previous experience just doing it at home, doing my friend's hair and stuff, which I have done her hair previously for free before. I've done a full highlight, full low light in her hair before, and she absolutely loved it. But this was years ago when we worked together. But this time, I did it all by myself. It took me probably like 2 hours to put everything in. It took another hour to process, and then I washed it out. Obviously, it was brassy. It lifted from like that really dark brownish reddish color, and it lifted to like a light brown, I would say. But it was very brassy. It was like orange, not light brown. So then I put a toner on it, which tones the level. It takes out the brassiness. Since it was orange, I added a blue ash type of toner. So I did that, and it turned out to be like a light brownish color, but that still wasn't as light as I needed it to be. So by that time, I blow dried her hair, sent her home. She was upset. It was a little brassy, but I told her, like, I told you this was going to be a process from the beginning. And she was like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't do anything during the week anyway. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, you can come in tomorrow or the next day. She chose to come in on Wednesday. And I told her, like, that's fine. I might not be done Wednesday depending on how your hair reacts, because everybody's hair is different. You could do the same exact process to 4 different people, and one could lift as high as you needed to the first time. The second one can lift like half as much as you needed to. One could barely lift at all. Like, it all depends on your individual hair. So her hair did not lift as light as I needed it to. So I had to go over it again with more bleach. I had to put in more foils in her hair, but I wasn't putting it up as high as I even did the first time because it needed to blend from dark to light really nicely. So I wasn't going to bleach over everything I just bleached because then it wouldn't blend as nice, if you understand what I'm saying. So I put the bleach through the ends and up, and I didn't even do it as high as I did before. Like, here's how much dark I didn't bleach, and then here's how much that it was bleached once, and then the other part was like how much I was bleaching over the second time. But again, I feathered it up this way it would blend perfectly. And when she came in Wednesday, that's what I did. I did all that, bleached the ends, put them all in foils, and after that got rinsed out, it was a little brassy because it's all about the undertones in your hair, and she had brassy undertones. And so I put another toner on her hair. And for a couple weeks before that, I had been figuring out all my formulations for all the colors I was going to use. So I already had that figured out. So after I toned her hair on Wednesday, I went in the back, I mixed up all my formulations. I had a formulation for the root color, formulation for the mids, formulation for the ends, and I also formulated the rainbow colors because I didn't just want it to be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I wanted it to be those colors, but my own unique mix of them. So it wasn't just straight out of the bottle. And for this, I was using, I don't know if you're familiar, but I was using the Goldwell Illumins. So with the Illumins, it is direct deposit. You take it out of the bottle, and that's what you put on the hair. You don't mix it with developer. So that's what I did. But I mixed them. Like with the red, I added just like a touch of blue, like one tiny little dot to make it just like a deeper, more dimensional red. So I mixed up all my formulations for everything. So that was about 12 different formulations, 3 for root, mid, end, and then red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then purple. So 9 different formulations. So it took me a little while in the back. It took me about 30 to 45 minutes mixing up each one perfectly. And after I mixed them up, I did like a little swatch on a paper towel and on a piece of paper just to make sure that was exactly the color that I wanted. And everything was great. So after bleaching and toning and mixing up the colors, I had about 2 hours left before, because we have to leave school by 9:30. If the state comes in and we're still there past 9:30, the school could get in trouble. So that's what time I had to leave. So when I started putting it on, it was about 7:30, and it took me about an hour to put everything on because it is a process. You start at the root, you do that color, and then you blend it to the mids, and then you blend the end color. So it fades nice and smoothly. So it's not like a chunk of dark, a chunk of medium, a chunk of light. No, I had to put it on, put the middle on, put the end on, and then kind of like blend them into each other, which is what I did for all of it. And then I had to leave certain strips out to do the traveling rainbow because I still did the root color and then a tiny little bit of the mid color, and then I did the rainbow, and then I did a touch more of the mid color, and then I did the end color. This way it looked like, it's hard to explain, but this way it wasn't just like a random strip of rainbow. It looked like it just blends really nicely together. So that's what I did, and I had to make the rainbow blend nice too. So you put colors together that go together and blend nice together. I wouldn't put purple next to a yellow because then it's going to make a mucky brown in the middle. But anyway, it took me a while to put that on, and then it had to sit for like 40 minutes. And then after I rinsed it out, I had to use the Illumin Color Lock to make sure that the color really stuck in the hair. And by that time, it was like basically 9:30. Right after the Illumin stayed in, the Illumin Color Lock, I rinsed it out, and we didn't have time for me to blow dry and style her hair and take photos. Like, that's why my ring light is in my car, because I was bringing that to my school so that I could style it and take pictures of her. But she said, it's no problem, you can come over to my house this weekend and get all the photos you need. And I was like, are you sure? Because I need these pictures. I physically spent 11 hours doing her hair. And then on top of that, before I even started doing her hair, I had spent another 3 to 4 hours doing all my research, everything, researched what I wanted, researching what I, like, hypothetically was going to use for my formulas, because I didn't want to just go in there blind and be like, oh, should I use this? Should I use that? No, I wanted to have it pretty much set in my mind, so I could mix up what I knew I needed, and then if I needed to just add a little bit extra of something to make it exactly what I wanted, that I could do while I'm at the mixing bowl. So I didn't have time to style and take pictures. So she assured me that I could come over to her house on the weekend, and that was my mistake, doing that and not having a contract. I should have had a contract with her. I did not think any of this was going to happen. I thought she's my friend. She would never screw me over. Why would I need a contract? So I didn't do that. But anytime you do this, make sure you have a contract. Friend, family, it doesn't matter. Get a contract. Get something in writing. So it's like Thursday, Friday. I'm telling her, like, hey, don't use shampoo when you wash your hair. Just rinse it out. We can wash it the morning of what I do, because I was supposed to go over there on Thursday, or I was supposed to go over there on Saturday. And she said, yeah, no problem. I don't go anywhere. I usually only wash my hair once a week anyway, because she had curly hair. And then Thursday, when I was texting her, asking her like how the color's holding up, asking her, making sure she didn't rinse it out yet, she said, we're still on for Saturday, and I haven't washed my hair yet, but it's a little dry. So I went and I bought this bond repairer that repairs the bonds in your hair after a process like coloring or bleaching, or even if you're just using a lot of heat on it and it's getting a little damaged. This Bond Pro will repair the bonds in your hair, make it nice and smooth. So because she was my friend and because she let me do all this to her hair so that I could enter this contest, I was like, you know what, I can get this for her. And I spent almost $100 on getting the things that she needed. Well, she didn't really need it. Her hair was not compromised. Her hair was probably the same texture as the blonde in my hair is. So it wasn't, I mean, it was a little frizzy, but that's about it. It was not compromised at all. So I bought the stuff, spent almost $100. It comes in on Friday. I'm all set for Saturday. And Saturday I'm texting her and she's not responding. So Saturday night she ends up responding to me late saying that she forgot. She forgot I was supposed to come over, even though I was texting her the day before saying, hey, are we still on? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, well, I can come over tomorrow. I need these pictures by Wednesday at the absolute latest because I need to submit them for this color contest. And she said, yeah, you can come over Sunday. I'm not doing anything. She had told me when she was in the Wednesday before that she didn't have her son this weekend coming up, and that all her and her husband do on the weekends is trip on acid, which is also embarrassing because we had clients, we had my friends from school, and we had my teacher in like feet away from her while she's saying all this inappropriate stuff. So that was also embarrassing. And while she was talking to my teacher, she's dropping F-bombs like crazy. And it's like, okay, yeah, I swear like when I'm with my friends, but I don't swear in a professional setting. And this is my school. You're a representation of me because I said you're my friend. So she's sitting there talking to my teacher. She said, my son's got effing low blood sugar, but don't let him effing fool you. He doesn't need 3 effing ice creams. Ha ha ha. Like, talking in a conversation to my teacher. And I just, like, I wanted to shrivel up and die in that moment. Like, it was so embarrassing. And that just, like, you reflect really badly on me. Like, why would you come to my school acting like that? And then being rude to my friends. But that's not even the worst of it. So, she said I could finish it Sunday. I really only had to style it and take pictures. But I was going to do this bond repair before and then let her keep the rest of it. And then blow dry it, style it, do what I needed to do. I was going to curl it. This way it reflects really pretty in the light and whatever. So Sunday comes along and I canceled my plans on Saturday. I had plans and I had planned Sunday, but I moved things around and yeah, to make time for her. So Saturday I canceled my plans for no reason because when I originally had plans and I didn't end up finishing, that was her first idea. Oh, you can do it Saturday. You can come over. So I was like, okay, I'll hold off on my plans and I'll come do your hair. Well, Saturday turned into Sunday, so then I had to cancel my Sunday plans. Which I didn't mind because I had spent so many hours and so much hard work putting into this project that I just wanted to get the final outcome. And I had not seen it dry yet. So Sunday comes along. Sunday, I'm supposed to do her hair. I wake up early. I get all ready. I'm ready to do her hair. And I'm texting her 11 o'clock. She doesn't answer. 12 o'clock. She doesn't answer. 1 o'clock. She doesn't answer. Because I was asking if I could come over during my child's nap time. This way, like, my fiance could relax because Sunday was his only day off. And she not answering. So she doesn't answer me all day long. She answers me finally at almost 10 o'clock at night. And she's telling me, oh, I was up in the mountains. My husband was working all day and I had to drive him. And I'm like, you just told me yesterday that you didn't have to do anything all weekend, that you're just hanging out, drinking, and tripping on acid all weekend like you do every other weekend. And she said, oh, and I mentioned to her, I said, you've been on Facebook because it tells you this person was last on an hour ago, this person was last on 5 minutes ago. Like she was last on very recently. But it kept happening all day long. Like every time I looked on the phone, it would be like, oh, this person was last on 30 minutes ago. I would look a couple hours later or send her another message and it would be like, this person was last on 5 minutes ago. So I asked her about that. I said, you told me you weren't working, and on top of it, you've been on Facebook all day. You've read my messages and just left them on read, so what the fuck? And she was saying that her husband was up on the top of a mountain doing construction and that she drove his truck down to the bottom of the mountain to pick up more supplies and bring it up to him. Which one, she said she's been out of work for almost a year because she had back surgery and she has back problems, which she's suing the company we used to work for, the daycare. She's suing them for. So how are you loading up construction supplies into a truck bed by yourself? That makes no sense. And You literally told me you weren't doing anything all weekend, and now from last night to this morning, now all of a sudden you have a job working up on the mountain, up on some mountain. Like, it just makes no sense. So then I was like, okay, it's fine, but I need to get these pictures. Like, can you come meet me or I come to you? And I already spent like 11 hours doing your hair. I already spent $100 of my own personal money trying to make you happy when I don't even, like, buying this extra stuff for you was not part of, like, any of the conditions that I said, but I'm doing it because I'm a friend to you. What I thought. I said, is there any way we can meet up so that I can finish this, because I need to style it and take these pictures and send them in. On top of that, there was this entire packet where I had to fill out every single step, every single product, every single measurement of every single product. So that alone, and like a little essay portion. So that alone took me an extra hour, hour and a half. On top of the 11 hours I spent on her hair. On top of the 3 or 4 hours I spent doing research. On top of the $100 that I spent getting extra stuff to make her happier, when she was already happy with her hair to begin with. But I wanted it, because I know how it feels having like a little bit rougher hair because you had bleach on it. And I bought her extra stuff to make it super silky, even though her hair was just like, does my hair look damaged to you? No, it doesn't. And her hair looked the exact same, like, texture after I was done with it. So she's saying, I'm asking her, like, okay, well, is there any way I can do it anytime this week? Because I need to get the pictures in by Wednesday. I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday where I can come to you or you can come to me. And you know what her response is? Oh, let me ask my husband and I'll get back to you later. And I said, are you sure you're going to respond later? Because you keep saying that and then I don't get a response. She said, yeah, I promise. Does she respond later? No, she doesn't. So the next morning, not even morning, around like 11 or 12 o'clock, I text her. I said, so what's going on? Because, like, I need to know. And she told me that her husband was working out past, I can't even say the name of the town. It's out past this big city in New York that, not New York City, but upstate New York. That's about 40 minutes away from where I'm located. And she said he's working out past there and she has to drive him to work. So there's no way that she will be able to meet me or have me meet her for pictures at all this week. And I told her, I've spent so much time on this. Like, I stayed late at school every single day. While I had free time, I was, like, researching stuff, spent my own money. I've put so much into this. And, like, your only freaking responsibility in all of this was to sit and get your hair done and let me take pictures. And that's it. You blew me off the 2 different days that I cleared my time on the weekend, which is the only time I get of free time that I'm not working or at school. And I cleared that out for you to make time. I went above and beyond for this girl. And the only thing I needed from her was a freaking picture of my artwork, of my hard work. And now she's trying to tell me that she doesn't possibly have a minute to meet up with me or any of that. But it gets worse. It gets so much worse. This makes me so angry talking about this, because if you're watching, you are such a piece of human garbage to do this to me after everything I did. And you want to sit there and call yourself my friend. But listen to this. It gets worse. So she tells me that her husband has DWIs and he can't drive, even though they have 2 cars. And then I say, well, can one of your husband's coworkers bring him to work? And she said, no, he can't. my husband and his 2 co-workers that work underneath him, because he's the boss, they depend on him for rides too. So I was like, one of them can't meet you at your house and drive the truck since they need the truck and they can't do it that way? And she said, no, neither of them have cars. So you're talking about 3 different 50 or above year old men, and none of them can drive. They all depend on her to drive them around. Like, what if she was in work? It just makes no sense. So then I explained to her how much I've put into this. I've explained to her I spent my own money. I explained to her, like, you could literally drop him off at work, come to my work really quick when I work like 20 minutes away from where she was going to be. Come to my work quick, just let me style your hair while I'm at work and just get the pictures outside. It would take 20 minutes max, and then go back to him before, like, he even needed anything. She said, no, that wouldn't work either. And I'm like, at this point, I don't even know what to say. Like, every single solution I'm coming up with to just get these pictures, she's turning down. She's telling me she can't possibly do it. Oh, this excuse or that excuse. Like, it's just a bunch of excuses. Since she left Wednesday, when I finished doing her hair, she left. And she had no intention of meeting back up with me. She had me buy that stuff that I spent almost $100 on, knowing damn well she had no intention of letting me get the pictures I needed to enter this contest. And it's too late in the game. I don't have any more time to be able to restart over on somebody else. So all this hard work was for absolutely nothing, except for her to get some free hair that she wanted. So so I asked her the next day, because I'm so fed up at this point. She's responding to me after I told her, like, I put so much into this. She's telling me, well, I spent my own time sitting in your salon chair getting my hair done, and that's not to mention the time I spent driving back and forth from my house to your school, and that's not to mention the gas money that I spent. That's my own gas money just to get to your school. And it's like, you're almost a 40-year-old woman. You're talking to me about gas money you spent to drive 20 minutes? Like, are you kidding me? The $3 you spent on a gallon of gas to get to my work? Are you serious right now? To get to my school, I mean? So she refused to meet up with me. She refused to let me meet up with her to take the pictures. And I don't even know what to do at this point. When she was at my school, she told me she robbed this guy of his really nice camera. So if I need a nice camera to use, she had that. And I told her, no, I have a really nice camera my fiance bought me from the store. He bought it because, you know, we don't steal things, especially not at 40 years old from people, but whatever. But I told her, like, no, but I had that in the back of my mind. She's got a really nice camera. So the next morning, this was now Tuesday morning, I had to have the pictures in by Thursday, so they needed to be taken and everything, well, by Wednesday at 12 midnight. And so this is the last day. It's Tuesday. I'm texting her and I'm like, hey, at the very least, can you style your own hair and then stand outside in the natural sunlight and have your husband take some pictures so I can at least have pictures to send into this and pictures of my hard work for my portfolio, because I'd spent hours upon hours upon hours on her hair. Just physically doing it, it took me 11 hours. So I at least want something to show my hard work. She doesn't respond to me at all Tuesday. Not a single response. So then I message her again and I'm like, hey, I need at least a picture out of this. Can you style your own hair and at least have somebody take a freaking picture of it with that nice camera you have? she finally responds telling me that she doesn't have a charger to charge that camera, even though she just told me a week before, oh yeah, use this. But now all of a sudden she killed the whole battery with the nothing that she does all day. And now she can't do it. So I said, okay, can you send me pictures after you style your own hair? Have your husband take pictures on your cell phone. Because I know you have a cell phone. You're talking to me on your cell phone. All you're coming up with is these goddamn excuses. But at least you have a freaking cell phone that you could at least have your husband take pictures of your hair out in the sunlight. And you don't need ring light. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need nothing. Just. So I left off just asking her to have her husband take picture with her cell phone camera. Because she's making up all these excuses why she can't even take a picture to send me after bending over backwards, spending my own money, working so hard, spending my time, staying late at school just to do her hair. For this contest, mind you, and now I'm not even going to get a picture for the contest. So, she responds to me later that night and sends me a picture she took like this. So it's just half of her face and then over here. And her hair is patchy, streaky, uneven, and has like purple splotches in it. And she responds to me saying it was a little bit more reddish than I wanted. So I put purple dye over the top of it. But I'll send you a picture later if you still want one. When she sent me that, I broke down into tears. Because I had been stressing over this for all week long since I started. It has been nothing but problems with her. And now you're sending me a shitty picture of all of my hard work completely dyed over. She took a picture like this. It was like a crooked picture of the back. And it was so uneven and splotchy and just messed up because she missed pieces. She dyed over all the rainbow parts. Instead of being like dark to light ombre, it was like one color of patchy mess. I will insert the picture she sent me. I was devastated. I'd spent so much time and effort and money on all of this. She knew I just needed and wanted a picture of this hair that I had spent so much on. Like, you have no idea how freaking heartbroken I was when I got that. Like, she knew how much this contest meant to me. Not even just for the cash prizes, but for the recognition. Like, they'll post you on their social media if you win, and it's like, having my name be out there when I've only been in school for around 3 months, that would be such an incredible accomplishment, and that's what I was trying so hard for. So, I was devastated. So I sent her a message back. I said, don't bother sending me a picture. You destroyed all of my hard work. I said, this hurts me so much more than you even blowing off my baby shower. And I deleted her as a friend. And I blocked her on Messenger because I didn't want anything to do with her at this point. Like, how could you? How could you do that to somebody you maybe you don't consider me a friend. Maybe our 3-year friendship after I moved and I wasn't there to do whatever you felt like having me around for, like, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I was speechless. So, I didn't want anything to do with her. You destroyed any chance I had at this contest. You got over $400 worth of services done to your hair for free. And those are my school's prices, which are so much less than a stylist prices. Like, put it in perspective, a stylist for a girl's haircut, you're spending around $35. At my school, a haircut is $10. So it's like those prices are way underpriced anyway. So all of the work you did for my school's prices was over $400. At a stylist prices, which I'm not a stylist yet, so I mean it is my school's prices, but a stylist getting everything that you got would have been over $1,000 easily. But you only got your hair done for free because I was entering this contest, because I needed these pictures. Like, it was an even exchange. Pictures for this contest and you get free hair. You got free hair and I didn't get shit out of it. I didn't get a single goddamn thing out of it. I lost a friend. I wasted $100. And I didn't get any pictures. So I did all this for nothing. All these hours of work for absolutely nothing. But no, it gets better. She had the audacity to text me and say, ha 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 ha, laughing my effing ass off. All your hard work, with a bunch of question marks. You damaged my hair because you put bleach on it, and I didn't feel like walking around looking all crazy with orange and pink hair, which her hair wasn't orange and pink. It was a deep black cherry, faded into a darker maroon, faded into like a lightish pinkish reddish purple color. Like, it looked beautiful when I was finished with it. It looked beautiful. I would wear that on my head. Like, dark black cherry roots, faded into maroon, faded into a lighter, dusty, pinkish purpley color. That's what it was. I don't know where the hell she got orange and pink from, unless she washed her hair every single day and everything got stripped out of it because she probably uses crap, like, cheap ass shampoo, because that's what she's like known for. She's buying the cheapest, crappiest crap because she's ghetto. And when she responded with that, oh yeah, she wrote more. The whole message was, ha 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 ha, laughing my effing ass off. All your hard work, bunch of question marks. You damaged my hair because you used bleach on it, and I didn't feel like walking around with orange and pink hair, which she didn't freaking have. She didn't have orange and pink hair whatsoever. And she also write, laughing my ass off, you can go block me on here too, ha 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 ha. Like, that's your response? I tell you that you really hurt me, even worse than when you blew off my baby shower, and that I had invested so much hard work into this, so many hours, so much effort, so many tears, because I was having anxiety attacks almost every single day because of the amount of pressure and stressing over whether I was going to get these pictures or not, and whether all my hard work was wasted, and whether all my money was wasted, and all this was for no reason. Like, that takes a toll on you. That takes a serious toll on you. And I already have lupus. I'm already sick. I'm already struggling every day, being exhausted and physically feeling horrible. And on top of it, like, I have that on top of me. And then you just laugh at me? She seriously just laughed at me when I told her that she hurt me. Like, that's a horrible, horrible person. But yeah, I didn't get a single picture. I didn't get anything to document all my hard work. I got nothing out of it. I'm not friends with her anymore. I want nothing to do with her anymore. I think she's seriously messed up. She did this just to get her hair done for free. She used me out of it. And the messed up thing is, I gave her the option to have it be either dark maroon or dark purple. I gave her the option to either have black cherry to maroon to a lighter dusty pinkish purple, or to have like a deep like eggplant color, faded to a lighter purple, faded to like a lavender color. I gave her that option. She picked the maroon. So why she put freaking cheap ass grocery store purple hair dye over the top and did it very poorly, missed a bunch of spots, I have no idea. But she really, really, really hurt me. And it taught me a serious lesson to always get everything in writing, no matter who it is. To not trust friends for something that's extremely important. And that you really can't trust anyone. Because, well, no, I shouldn't have trusted her to begin with because she already let me down before. She taught me not to trust people who let you down. When somebody shows you who they truly are by how they, one, treat you, or two, treat other people, don't make excuses. Don't sit there and think, oh, they'll never treat me like that because I'm their friend and that person must have wronged them. No, don't do that. Because they will treat you the same way the second they get the opportunity to. So, yeah, that was 2 weeks ago when that happened. It was really upsetting. That was like heartbreaking. I've never like gone through an experience like that in this industry yet, but that's just my hair client / not a friend horror story. And yeah, learn from my mistakes in this, because I should have had a contract. And I shouldn't have let her leave after I finished her hair. I should have finished styling it and gotten the pictures I needed, because once she left, in her head, she had no obligation to me. And just don't make the same mistakes I did. Get everything in writing. Get everything in a contract. So, yeah, that is my hair client horror story. There's always next year for the contest, so I will make sure I pick somebody better. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know when I'll get this up, hopefully soon. But if not, you know that I'm so incredibly busy and I'm trying really hard. But thank you guys for watching this. And if you made it to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate any support you guys give me. And I hope you have an amazing day and an amazing week.